Hey y'all! So I want to start this video out today by telling you guys about some friends of mine and my husband's. They're actually co-workers of ours. I've started a GoFundMe page for them. They're a very, very sweet couple. They both work with us. The husband does, you name it, he does it. And the wife is a biller in our office, and she found her husband one morning on the floor unconscious, and after taking him to the hospital, she was able to determine that he'd had a stroke, and they told her that day that he was not going to recover, and he was on a ventilator, and they advised her that it was done. It was time to pull the plug. He wasn't going to make it. That was on July 3rd. Today, he is back home. He is having to regain just different things, walking, speaking, etc. Just different things that we oftentimes take for granted. And so because of this, they have lost 70% of their income. So if you guys wouldn't mind if you guys would just head over to GoFundMe. You can just type it in your Google page and type in Richard and Phyllis. You'll be able to see a picture of him, and my name is on the account because I have started it. I've organized this, and so you will see my name on the account. And every dollar amount helps them. 100% of the donations go to them, and so they just are going to need some help kind of getting back on their feet. So if you guys would be so kind as to do that for them, or if you can't donate, share it on your Facebook page. Get more people to see it. And please help them, because I know that if the tables were turned, they would absolutely help anyone else in need. So this video was actually a request, which I think is awesome. I love for you guys to request that I talk about things. It just kind of is reassuring to me that you guys are enjoying what I'm saying, and that it means a lot to you, and maybe I'm making an impact. So it really meant a lot when someone came in and requested that I speak about something. So this video is going to be about medications for depression and anxiety, or kind of just how you can view medication in general. And also about going to a therapist and seeking help. And so first I'm going to start talking about medication. A lot of people, they don't really want to think about having to take medication on a daily basis, because it just kind of enforces the fact that there's something wrong with you if you have to take medication. And I know that the biggest thing for me that made it okay to take medication was actually when my therapist told me that medication for my brain, because my brain does not produce enough serotonin, the medication is helping produce that serotonin, and so it's leveling out everything for me. The lack of serotonin is what causes the depression and the anxiety, and so the medication doing that is what has helped me get back to a normal lifestyle. And it is the same way as insulin is for someone who's diabetic. They're not getting everything that they need to process certain sugars, and so they need insulin to help them function, and it is essentially the same thing. But because this is a mental condition, it is just looked at a lot differently. If you think that you are struggling with something like this and you do need to take medication for it, if you think that would be helpful, I definitely do advise first, try other options. Maybe talking to someone, or if you can get yourself out of the situation that you think may be causing you the depression or the anxiety, definitely try that first, because if you don't have to have that extra medication in your body and it's unnecessary, then there's really no point of it. Also, so medications, your insurance doesn't cover all of it, so that is an extra expense that you may not have to be spending. If it is an expense that you have to be spending, it is what it is. And better to spend a few dollars on some medication than just progressively getting worse, because it's not at all fun to progressively get worse. And if medication is too expensive, they can definitely try other medications or the generic brand of a medication to find one that is in a price range right for you. For me, my depression and anxiety was genetic, and so people before me in my family, they have also had it, and so it was kind of inevitable that me or one of my siblings was going to have it, and I ended up being the lucky one who gets to deal with it on a daily basis. But I actually do mean that when I say that I'm the lucky one, because I am able to use it for bettering other people's lives, hopefully making an impact on other people. And so I've been able to turn around and make it a good situation, and this has helped me feel like I have a purpose, and I have always wanted to help people, and this has allowed me to do so. I think that it helps me help other people, because I have personally gone through it. Because I know that if people try and talk to you about things that they've never gone through, you're kind of just like, you have no idea what you're talking about. You've never personally dealt with it. But I personally have dealt with it. And so I've experienced it by myself. And so it makes it a lot easier for me to talk about, and a lot easier for me to relate to other people and other people to relate to me. If this is something that you are concerned about and you do feel ashamed of, first of all, you have absolutely nothing to feel ashamed of, because more people deal with this than you're even aware of. And it's just part of who you are. And, I used to think that this doesn't define me, but I've chosen to make it define me. And so it's all about how you look at it. And if you look at it as this negative, horrible thing in your life, that's all it's ever going to be to you, and it's going to bring you down. But if you try and use it to better other people, to better yourself, it becomes actually kind of a beautiful thing. But if it is something that you are ashamed about, then nobody has to know about it. You don't have to tell anybody. It's yours to do what you want with. You don't have to tell a single person about it. It's not that hard to keep it to yourself. And so if it is something that you're ashamed about, then there's nothing wrong with doing just that. So now I'm going to talk about therapy. I think that therapy is oftentimes viewed at as horrible. If you have to go to counseling or a shrink, it's people, they automatically think that you're crazy, and that kind of enforces the idea, I'm crazy because I have to go here. I can't fix it on my own. I need help with this. And that's totally okay, because a therapist is so eye-opening, you guys. I know that it was for me, because they gave me the medication, whatever medication it is that you may take for depression and anxiety. It's the same as insulin for diabetes. And so she gave me that, and that was probably the biggest thing for me that really stuck out in my head. Sometimes you can't do it on your own, and you really genuinely need help, and that is totally okay. No one is expected to 100% do things on their own. And I totally get, you may not want to ask for help. A lot of people want to be independent, but sometimes you don't have all the answers, and you need a shoulder to cry on, to lean on. And so it really is okay to ask other people for help and to be dependent on somebody else, at least for a short period of time, maybe even longer. That's how we get through it. We band together. And so definitely don't be ashamed about having to ask for help. Therapy is also a judge-free zone. That person is not sitting there judging you. They're there to help you, and everything that you tell them, it stays confidential. They don't tell anybody else. And so that is another way, if it is something that you are ashamed about and you have to go to therapy, they're not going to tell anybody, because they can't. That is a violation of the privacy. So they literally cannot tell anybody. A picture that I saw on Facebook that I thought was so powerful is a picture of the therapist and a person who is there for therapy, the patient. And you can see the little thought bubbles coming up from their head. And the patient, in their thought bubble, it is just a mangled mess of yarn. It is crazy. You can see like all these different colors, but it's crazy. It's this huge cloud of mess. And you can see each thread of yarn connecting to the therapist's thought bubble and is winding back up into the little ball that each color is. And that is so powerful to me because that's exactly what it is. They take the mess that you think you are and they iron it out for you to tell you you're not broken, you're not messed up. This is nothing to be ashamed about. It is totally okay. It's actually normal for you to be feeling this way. And so they are there to help you, not to hurt you, not to judge you. So definitely therapy is, I 100% recommend it. It definitely helped me. You do not have to be in therapy for the rest of your life. Once you feel like you're in a good place, or once you feel that it is acceptable for you to back out of therapy, then go for it. So guys, I really, really hope that that was helpful to y'all. And if you guys have any requests of anything that you want to hear, please feel free to comment, message me, anything like that, because I would love to hear what you guys want to hear from. And if I don't know how to, if I've never personally dealt with it, and I haven't, you know, I may not know how to speak on it, I will look into it and I will try my best. So yeah, definitely feel free to kind of give me some ideas, request things that you guys want to hear from me. It means a lot to me for you guys to do that. Also, if you've not already, feel free to go follow me on Instagram. I try and post at least every once in a while just some inspirational pictures with long captions, just to kind of, when these videos aren't being posted, just to kind of be an inspiration in the middle of the week or on the weekends. And so you guys can head on over there and check that one out. But thanks guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Stay tuned for the next one.